So hello everyone, it's Beauty87 here, and today we're going to get into my Sephora recommendations video. So I tried to keep it at a minimum because I know we don't need to really be shopping to sale and crisis like this, but some people like stress shop, and some of them, like still are going to shop. So I figured I would go ahead and give you all this video. I'm not telling you to go out and shop. I'm not telling you to go out and buy this stuff. If you don't really need to, then don't. I know you wonder why I got two random different eyes, but see, what had happened was I shot a video with two different eyeshadow palettes, and I didn't want to have to do both eyes, so I literally did one eye with one look and then another eye with the other look, and that's why we got what's going on here. But I had already went to the grocery store and ran my errands I need to do for the day, so I was like, I'm not caring if I look like this when I go to the gas station to buy gas on my way back to my grandma's house. But anyway, I'm sorry about my family. They're loud as usual, and they're always here. As you can hear, my cousin is just fine. Remember I told y'all he had corona? You can't tell because he's extra loud as usual in the background now, so thank God for that. But anyway, let's get started. Like I said, I'm not going to show anything that I have shown in the past. At least I tried not to. I think it's like one or two things here that I have shown in the past, so my bad if I did. I wasn't sure if I did or not, so I just brought them over here to, like, handle that real quick. But I'm going to go ahead and get started now. So we're going to start with primers. I'm going to start with the eye primer. Now, y'all should already know what eye primer it is. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. I'm so sorry. They are so loud and obnoxious. Anyway, so I'm going to use this one. I actually didn't use this one today for this eye look. I used two different eye primers because I was at my grandma's house and I like to leave this one at home. And I'm running low, so I actually need to add one of these to my cart now that I think about it. So anyway, definitely think you should get that. I have 3 face primers, but I have one, like, it's a whole set of products I feel like you should use together in order to get the best result out of them. So that's why I'm not going to put this primer in there. It's going to go with the foundation and concealer from that brand that goes with it. And I'll show those after I show the primer. And then get into other foundations. But anyway, so I have 2 primers. I feel like one of them you should know. And of course, it is the Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas. I recommend the Tatcha silk canvas as a general rule. So of course, I would recommend the liquid silk canvas. I actually recommend this one more than I do the balmy one, because I feel like I like this one better because it's a liquid, and I feel like it gives the same look to the skin, and I feel like it's not as heavy as that one is. Although that one smooths out pretty nicely, I still feel like this one is the better choice, and you get the same amount of product and there's the same price, so you might as well get the liquid one instead of having like keep up with the little disc and try to scoop it out. So yeah, definitely get your hands on the liquid silk canvas during the sale. I have videos on just about everything I'm about to show y'all as well, so if you want to know about it, I try to remember to leave the videos in the description box down below if I can think about it. Next thing I have is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer Blurring. It's silicone free. I don't have a full size yet. As you can see, I got this sample to try out in the video for you all, and I actually have grown to like it. When I first tried it, I just thought it was okay, but I actually think it looks pretty good depending on what foundation I use it under. So I just have to bear in mind what foundation I put this with in order to make it look the way I want it to look. But it's a great primer, and I definitely recommend it, so you should go get your hands on it. I'm gonna try to get my hands on the full size one, but I got a lot of stuff in my cart going on right now. My cart is outrageously high, and I need to tone it down, especially since I still gotta grab the Fenty stuff, and there's a whole nother bronze I'm gonna get. So if y'all want to see a wish list of what I'm going to get myself, I can do that, or you all can just wait till I do the haul, and then you'll know what I got. Anyway, so the next set of stuff I was talking about is the stuff from Beauty Blender. Now, I only like using all these products together. Like, I liked this on its own, okay, with other foundations, foundations, and then I like this on its own. And I've only used one other foundation, though I need to use this again with some more, but like all 3 of them together just work beautifully, and I definitely think if you can make the splurge on all 3 of these, you should. The foundation looks so beautiful underneath this pore blurring primer, and then this concealer underneath the eyes is just like everything. I have a review on this concealer with this foundation and powder. I'll try to remember to leave that in the cards above, but yeah, I absolutely love this stuff. This stuff is amazing. If nothing else, just get the concealer. Like, the concealer is that good. I recommend you just get that. Because I know, like, the shade range on this foundation was trash when it first came out. And that's why I didn't even review it or buy it. I bought mine way after they came out with the extra shades. I had the shade 4.35. If anybody was curious, the concealer shade I have is 4.20W. And then, of course, I have Tan Deep in the primer. But all 3 of these things worked beautifully together. But like I said, if you don't want to get all 3 of them, at least get this concealer, because it is definitely worth it. This stuff is amazing. Okay, now we're going to get into other foundations. Now, one of these foundations I reviewed on my channel, one of them I didn't. I'll start with the one I did, and this is the KVD Vegan Beauty True Portrait Liquid to Powder Foundation. This foundation is gorgeous. I saw Tiff here on YouTube. I think it's Tiff Jeff. I always forget the numbers at the end of her YouTube name, but it's Tiff Jeff. She was talking about how wonderful this foundation was, and after they became KVD vegan beauty, that's when I decided to go ahead and try it out, because it was gorgeous. I have the shade Tan 74. They expanded their shade range, because I used to be, I think, Deep 74, and now it's Tan 74. So it has a good arrangement of colors. It looks beautiful on the skin. I think I've worn it like 3 times, I believe. 3 or 4 times. It's a really nice foundation. I actually would recommend this, so you should check it out. And then the last foundation I have to recommend that I have not recommended, but I think I've used in 2 videos, is the Milk Makeup Flex Foundation Stick in the shade Golden Deep. Now, the only reason I ended up even getting this is because Andrea Renee, I watched her favorites for 2019, and she had it in hers. And I'm like, we literally had all the same foundations in our favorites for 2019 except this foundation. So I was like, well, maybe I should try that, because she seems to like everything that I like. So I went ahead and bought it. And I actually do really like it. And it's actually a great match for my skin tone. Like, look at this, y'all. Like, I'm sorry I got all this swatches on my hands from other stuff I did, but like, look at my arm. See, it is a beautiful, beautiful match, and it is a actually pretty good foundation. Now, please keep in mind, because it's a stick foundation, you might want to put on a smoothing primer, so that way you can, like, I guess, smooth out the foundation. But otherwise, I definitely recommend it. I only have one other concealer to do other than the Beauty Blender concealer, and of course, it is the Hourglass. I forgot what this is called. The Vanish concealer, I guess it's called. I don't remember. It only says Vanish on the bottom, so that's what we're going to go with. I have the color Maple, and I've shade matched myself online. I'm really proud about that, especially since Andrea Renee said she went in the store and she had to swatch because it was really hard to pick. And this is the shade I picked when I first, like, saw and read the description, so I'm really proud of myself about that, because people was going through it with this concealer, and I thought it was going to be difficult to shade match too when I first saw Trend put it up. But this concealer is beautiful. I usually recommend the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric, but I'm recommending this one this time, because like I said, I'm trying to recommend stuff you haven't seen before, and I definitely recommend this. Now, of course, I recommend the Pat McGrath concealer. I felt like that just went without saying. You all really liked that video when they did almost a full face of Pat McGrath, and that's when I think I introduced the concealer and the powder and all that. That I'll try to remember to leave that up in the cards above, or leave it in the description box below. But yeah, this concealer is absolutely amazing. Now, I don't like the fact that I can't use a bronzer, a blush, a highlighter, or anything else from this brand other than, you know, some concealer, some lipstick, and some foundation. But, you know, I would still recommend it because it's a decent product. I just don't like the fact they pick and choose when they want to include people when they don't. Anyway, next thing I have is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Custom Finish Powder Foundation Compact. I have the color 510 Suede. I wear the same color in the foundation, Suede. Let me show you what the color looks like. This is a really beautiful powder, and of course, obviously, it goes great with the foundation. Now, I have not tried the concealer. I've only tried the foundation and the powder, and I didn't try the concealer because I think, if I remember correctly, Mel Thompson said she hated that concealer, and I was like, I usually like most of the stuff Mel likes, so I'm like, if she said she didn't like it, then I was like, I didn't want to try it. Plus, she said she has under eye issues just like I do, and she said it didn't work for us, so I was like, that's all I need to hear. But the powder, yeah, you should definitely get your hands on the powder. This powder is amazing. It's everything, and it looks even more phenomenal with the foundation. Now, I didn't recommend the foundation because I believe I recommended the foundation before, the Shiseido Synchro Skin Foundation. If I didn't, I do recommend that along with this powder. But I wear, like I said, I wear the shade Suede. I think it's 510 Suede in the liquid foundation as well. But do not quote me because I'm not 100% sure on that. I have a setting powder to refer to you all as well. And also, I recommend the under eye powder from Pat McGrath. I didn't feel like digging through my drawers to bring it in here, but I have the shade 3 Deep, and I definitely recommend you get that. But I might recommend that you get that from her website instead, because she's having a 25% off sale if you spend a certain amount, and then it's 20% off if you spend a certain amount. But if you're just gonna spend under the, I think it's $150 or something, then you might as well just buy it from Sephora. Anyway, the powder I want to recommend is the Lancome Long Time No Shine powder in the color Deep. I actually bought this during 21 Days of Beauty, but I definitely recommend it because I've used it like 2 or 3 times since then, and this powder is amazing. I honestly only bought this because I heard Thomas Halbert raving and talking about how wonderful this powder was, and he was right. This stuff is amazing. But a lot of people sleep on Lancome, so I figured I would, you know, talk about it as well, and then maybe some other people go out and try it. Like, this stuff is amazing. I forgot a couple of foundations that I needed to bring out, but I had them packed up, like the Estee Lauder Futurism foundation. I think that's what you call it. I wear the shade Sandalwood. in that foundation. I would definitely recommend that one as well. And I like the new Lancome foundation. I tried. I'll leave the cards up above or in the description box down below. As a new Lancome foundation, I wear the color 500 Suede in that. So those are a couple more foundation recommendations if anybody was interested. I don't have on any like high-end foundation right now, believe it or not. I haven't ordered drugstore foundation right now, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So next, let's get into some blush, and then we can do some highlighters. We'll have some setting sprays and some mascaras, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't have any lip products to recommend because I haven't really tried any new lip products that were high-end that they sell at Sephora. I tried the Uma Beauty ones recently, and they sell those at Ulta, so there's no point in mentioning them. Although the formula of those is very nice. I have the Cover FX Monochromatic Blush Dual Matte Plus Shimmer. This is the color with Spice Cinnamon. So this is what it looks like. I feel like this color I see sometimes they fall out of other people's pants, so that's why I just got my hand up here just to be safe. I don't know if it's gonna fall out or not, but this is what it looks like. And then I have the color Mulberry as well. I don't know if I recommend this or not. I think I did. Do not quote me because I'm not 100% sure. That's why I mentioned it again just in case. But these are some pretty nice blushes. They're highly pigmented, so use a, you know, light hand or else, you know, you'll look like a clown. And if you're not a person who likes a lot of brush, you need to use light hand with that. Otherwise, it'll get way too crazy really quick. But anyway, the next thing I have to recommend are highlighters. So I have the Glazed Flex Highlighter from Milk Makeup. This is what it looks like. They have 3 shades of this. I'm thinking about picking up the medium champagne gold shade, but I most likely won't because I don't usually wear shades like that. However, you know, what do you call it? I like to mix them sometimes, but I don't think that's a good enough reason to. But the formula of this is just so beautiful and nice till, like, you know, I'm tempted to, but I'm gonna be good and I'm not gonna do it. So this highlighter I definitely recommend. And then if you want a bougie highlighter, I have the Dior, what is this, Backstage Glow Face palette. This is the second one. This is glitzy. It has 2 highlighters in it. Apparently this is supposed to be a bronzer, and this is supposed to be, I'm guessing, like a peach blush or something. But I just use them all as highlighters because I'm like, this still isn't bronzing me. And y'all done came out with the little contour palette, and that's not contouring me either. So it's like, who is this bronzing? I like this palette a lot. I know Mel Thompson likes it a lot. Bad Beauty says she likes the first one over the second one. I have the first one, and I prefer the second one. But obviously, you know, the first one has like pinks and other colors in it that don't necessarily flatter my skin tone, so I can understand why she likes that one, and I understand why I like this one because these are more colors that are more flattering to someone my skin tone. So I prefer this one. You can get the first one or the second one. The formula on them is exactly the same. I feel like the formula on the second one, though, is just a little more glittery than the first one, so just bear that in mind. If you're not that big on glitter, you might want to just stick to the first one. Anyway, now on to the mascaras. Well, you know what? Let's do setting sprays, and then we'll do the mascaras, and then we'll end with the eyeshadow palettes. I don't have that many eyeshadow palettes. I tried to be good because, like I said, we really shouldn't be trying to buy anything. But if you are interested in buying stuff, I figured I would give you some stuff that I think is worth it during the sale. But y'all already know, all the high-end expensive stuff that you want, I feel like you should buy during the sale. A lot of people saying you should buy essential things too, like if you like to use the Tatcha Deep Cleanse, like I do, you should buy probably a couple of those. Or if it's like the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom Cream that you like to buy, make sure you buy that. So certain things I feel like, you know, you just know to get. But these are just like suggestions. If you have some new things that you were thinking about getting, you can go ahead and grab those. But I'm going to say you should get the What It Do's Makeup Refreshing Spray by Fenty Beauty. I definitely like this. The smell of it is amazing. The mixture is absolutely wonderful. The only thing is it has alcohol in it, so I don't know if you feel some type of way about that. But it smells amazing. It has a wonderful spritzer. I think the formula on this is pretty nice. I like to use it to like set the petals down on my face before I go in and finish my face. I wouldn't use this as a finishing spray personally for myself because I have, you know, oily combination acne prone skin, and I don't feel like this would help my makeup last throughout the day, but I would use it in between when I spray. Same thing with this Farsali Rose Gold Skin Mist. Now mind you, that's not what's in this bottle. What's in this bottle is it's a color, no, it's a 4th Ray Beauty Spray. I always forget the name of it because I took it out of the bottle it was in, so I don't remember what the name of this is, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the Rose Gold Skin Mist. I like to use this to set down the powder on my face too, so I recommend that. And the last 2 things I have as far as that goes before we get into the eyeshadow palette is mascara. So I have the Fenty Beauty full frontal mascara. I definitely recommend this. I like the fact that it has two different sides. So I figure like the flatter side is for you to get the lower lash line for people who put mascara down there. I personally don't. And then the I just like to use the other end of wand, the fatter end, to put mascara on the lashes. Now mind you, I always use two mascaras. I don't ever just use one mascara. But at the same time, I'm always reviewing mascara. So that's why I always use two. So that way I can use them up quicker. I will originally, when I first reviewing things, review them by themselves for like a week or two, and then I'll just start blending them in with other mascaras because that's just my personal preference. And since I have so many, it's not, you know, a big issue. If you don't, I try to keep that in mind, and that's why for the first 2 weeks, I just use it on its own and don't add anything else to it. But that one is a good one. I also love the Kush mascara from Milk Makeup. I actually really like this mascara. It's a great mascara, and I like how weighty this packaging is, believe it or not. I think that's what makes it cool. But yeah, I definitely recommend this mascara as well. I feel like I've recommended that before, but don't quote me, so I'm not sure. Then the last 3 things I have to recommend are eyeshadow palettes. So y'all already know how much I love Melt, so of course I had to recommend a Melt palette. I want to recommend the Melt Morte palette. This is what it looks like on the inside. And y'all know this is all my color aesthetic. Like, oh my God. Do you see how gorgeous this is? Like, I feel like this look is similar to what I have on right now with these colors right here. And then it has like the darker, grungier tones in the middle. And then like the bright reds and stuff. This was like part of their Christmas collection. So I think it's perfect because it has the nice reds and it has greens. And then it has like the colors in the middle to give you like the vamp up your eye look and make it smoky and whatnot. So this is a great palette. I definitely recommend you get your hands on it during the sale because it is $58. And sis, that's not cheap. The last 2 palettes I have are on the bougie side for real. I just got them recently from Beautylish, but if you didn't catch that sale, you can still get them somewhat on sale. So the first one I have is the Neutral Mattes. I believe this is the volume 2 of the Neutral Mattes. I didn't like the first one, and then I don't like the warm tone one. The first one I feel like had colors that would be really ashy on somebody my skin tone. So I just wasn't fond of that color story. This one I like a little better because as y'all know, it's got my Papa Blue and it's got some darker plummy type colors at the bottom that I can use. And then these mattes will be more fitting for someone my skin tone personally. I mean, obviously these 2 still aren't really gonna do that much for me, but the majority of the palette is more usable to me than the second one, which is why I prefer this one. And since I know how Viseart's mattes work, I have no problem recommending this, even though I have not even actually tried this palette yet. That's how confident I am in their matte formula not changing. That I recommend it, and I haven't even used it yet. Then I have the Viseart Pro Volume 3 palette. I was so excited to get this because I have been looking at this for a while. One of my followers, Alicia, tagged me like in this when they first showed it on Trendmove's page, and I was like, yes. And then I saw the price, and I was like, ooh, no. It's like some brands, I just can't do that to them. Now, if it had been Pat McGrath and it was $175, for some reason I done went for it. But like, it was a Viseart and it was $175, and I was like, ooh, no. But y'all see this color story, it's all me. Like, look at, sorry, I should probably pull the plastic up because this keeps reflecting the light. Okay, so yeah, I got my blues, my greens, and then like I got these pinkish and then reds, and then the yellows. Now obviously I'm not going to use the yellows and like probably the reds that often, but like I would use a good majority of this palette because you all know how I like to make my blue and green looks. If it had purple instead of like these oranges, I feel like I would just be in heaven and it would just be amazing. But like, sorry, this pan seems like it's falling in it, but yeah, I definitely recommend this palette right here. I think it is absolutely wonderful. And again, I haven't even used it yet, but the color story just looks so beautiful. And I didn't want anybody to miss out if they did want it, especially since it's so high. So I do recommend you go out and get it while it's on sale, because I've seen consistency in their big palettes when it comes to the mattes, which is again why I don't have a problem recommending it. But anyway, I'm sorry I don't have any lip products for you all. I mean, I do recommend the Pat McGrath lip glosses, but I feel like I always recommend those. I recommend the Hourglass lip glosses. I feel like I always recommend those. Is there anybody else's lip products I recommend? I mean, I don't think there's anybody else's lip products I recommend at Sephora, because I like the Persona Cosmetics glosses, but they don't sell those at Sephora yet. Hopefully, Persona gets there eventually. But anyway, so those are my recommendations for the Sephora VIB sale. Again, I am sorry my family has been so loud through this entire experience, but I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I need to go finish laundry so that way I can finish what I need to do and get back to my grandma's house tonight before it gets super dark outside and, you know, curfew and all that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. I'll see you guys in the next one.